definitely getting closer. There's a couple owls that have been around this area.
The worst part of being alone outside isn't seeing danger. It's hearing it get closer. A stranger tests a truck door in the dark while lions and hyenas move around another camp through the night. If something was outside, your shelter, would you stay quiet or leave? On June 21st, 2023 in southern Taiwan, Valerie, creator of the YouTube channel Valerie, Adventure Travel and Raw Moments, started her first full-length adventure. Her channel captures raw solo travel experiences centered on real situations in remote natural settings. Starting late, she traveled alone toward Lulu Hot Springs, a little-known geothermal site tucked deep inside the mountains. Her plan was straightforward: hike for hours, camp by herself, and sleep on earth warmed from underneath. From the beginning, the scenery felt calm but unforgiving.
Here at the junction, where it goes to Lulu Springs this way. So for me, it was pretty much 1 hour. And I'm sweating like hell. I regret that I started at 12. Into the jungle. I noticed that there are some marked, like these bands here along the trail, so you know where to go. It's very helpful also. I made it to the highest point. Now it only goes downwards, so it's a bit easier, but also more tiring tomorrow. Should have brought more water also. I only have like 1 liter left, and I still have today and tomorrow. Okay, here it really gets steep. There are some ropes attached. So crazy. It really smells like egg here from the sulfur. Yeah, the smell, you can tell it's a hot spring coming from deep in the ground.
The trek took place in punishing heat. Sweat built fast as Valerie followed faded ribbon markers through steep forest, using ropes where the trail dropped sharply away. The sulfur smell strengthened while the ground grew warmer beneath her steps. After almost 4 hours, she arrived at the river, empty, quiet, and pulsing with geothermal energy.
I made it! No one's here. Wow. So cool. Is that stone? I don't know. Ooh! Wow, it's so hot. It's like coming straight from the boiler.
Every few meters there were holes where hot water bubbled out and collected in puddles. This one was probably 70 degrees hot. This riverbank was perfect as a camping ground. The surface was so warm that I was sure I wouldn't need any extra blanket or sleeping bag that night. And then I found a shovel in the river.
People use it for there. Okay, I will dig my own hot spring hole now. That's the mission for tonight. I'm collecting some wood and grasses for a bonfire I want to make. These are good for starting a fire. I bought some fried rice in the restaurant before I came here. And that's what I'm gonna have for dinner. It's crazy. Wow. I really don't need more than just my yoga mat. And yeah, this pillow, and that's it.
Boiling water poured from cracks in the stone, leaving strange colors across the ground. With an abandoned shovel, she carved out a small hot spring beside the cold river and prepared for the night lying on a yoga mat while warmth rose from the earth.
I'm now heading to the heart of Lulu Hot Springs, the main steamy area. It's located in a canyon, which makes it a bit dangerous because it's a rockfall area.
You can feel how hot it is even without touching the rocks. Also, my ring changed its color. It was golden before. It's because of the sulfur.
And then I finally reached the big steam, the reason why I made this trip. I saw it from a distance already, but being so close to it hit different.
A few rocks were falling down right there where I was walking before, and they were quite big, so It's quite dangerous here. Should leave soon, I guess.
At sunrise, she crossed the river and followed it upstream into a tight canyon filled with steam. There, in the center of Lulu Hot Springs, tall vents and burning air surrounded her. Soon after, heavy rocks broke loose from the cliff above, crashing onto the same path she'd just crossed.
I'm really exhausted from yesterday and today as well. I actually packed 2 boxes of fried rice, but since it was still warm when he packed it and I didn't let it cool down, the condensation made it going off pretty quickly, so I can't eat it anymore. And yeah, my lack of water, of course.
After about 3 hours of climbing vertically with close to no break, I made it to the top. Hallelujah.
I made it.
From now on it goes downwards, so it's easier, but be aware it's also very slippery.
My last bit of water. But almost there. I'm so lucky. I was walking down the last few meters and then this car stopped and asked me if I wanted to hop on. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
The hike back proved tougher. Low on water and left with spoiled food, she climbed for hours before reaching the road where locals helped her return to town. This trip was not haunted, but it was dangerous. Heat, rockfall, fatigue, and isolation changed natural beauty into quiet danger. When nature gives no warning and no second chance, how close can beauty and danger stand before one turns into the other? This footage was filmed on the night of May 22nd, 2023. The person recording is Alex, a long-haul trucker from the YouTube channel Alex Nino, which shows real trucking work, overnight runs, and sleeping on the road. What starts as an ordinary night slowly turns uneasy with mechanical concerns, tight delivery pressure, and little chance to rest. By the end, Alex understands the real threat was not mechanical at all.
Hey boss, do you guys have def? Yeah? Oh, perfect, man. My truck was about to turn off on me, so I parked right there. I'll put the def at my pickup, at my delivery right now. But I don't know why, or what went through me, that I forgot to check the def. And the def is pretty much diesel exhaust fluid. If the truck runs out of it, you're done. Your truck will turn off. It's like you pretty much ran out of gas in your car. I was gonna make this delivery and then go put the def before my truck turns off on me. I go to this location right here. Man, after this delivery, I have to cross the Bay Bridge. If this truck turns off on me on the Bay Bridge, I'm screwed. Just stupid cars next to me. All right, now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna brake it a bunch like this. That way my trailer goes all the way to that door right there. Go up. See how my trailer door is right there? My trailer's right there. Watch this. Get it super close to that right there. Bada boom, bada boom. Your boy is in the building.
At first, Alex sees his truck is almost empty on DEF, or diesel exhaust fluid. If the tank goes dry, the truck may shut down. With the indicator close to red, he pulls into a Shell station, worried about driving over the Bay Bridge afterward. At the drop-off location, another issue comes up.
Oh man, I'm all messed up right now. I have a pallet that's a single pallet right here. That's literally right at the door with no load lock, not secured, because I didn't have my load lock in the trailer. So what I'm gonna have to do right now is open this really carefully and hope that pallet did not tilt over. Woo! No, the only thing that I'm scared about is backing this thing in, because if I'm reversing, it can go like this. So I'm gonna see if they have a load lock or something, or you know what? I'm gonna leave this closed, get as close as I can to the door, and then once I get super close, I'll just get out again, open it, and bam, I'm good. I should be good like that. There should be good. Any closer, I won't be able to. I don't want this pallet to come, like as soon as I hit right here or me reversing or anything, for it to go, just because I'm gonna go ask them if they have a load lock. Hi. I had 3 pallets for you. Do you think by any chance I'd be able to use a load lock just so I can put the load lock right here so I can reverse in? You see one? It's locked? You get what I mean? If I hit it hard right here, it could just all come crashing down.
It should be okay. Those are pretty sturdy.
I'll try it.
It should be okay.
Alright, let's go put some Def Boys before my truck turns off. Let's go, little Defy. Ugh.
One pallet is sitting loose at the trailer doors with no load lock holding it in place. With no equipment available, Alex backs in, carefully aware one wrong move could make it fall. After that, the night seems to ease. Inside the cab, his second home, Alex sets up a Blue Eddy power station and takes a short break, thinking the hardest part is behind him. Then, while parked in a neighborhood to sleep, he spots a man outside the truck close enough to test the door. The doors are locked. Alex starts the engine and drives off.
There's literally someone right there, bro. Oh my f***ing... Alright guys, screw that. I'm just decided I was actually gonna leave. I seen him take off. There's no way in how I'm staying there. Thankfully, I locked my doors. There's times where I go to bed with the doors not locked. Damn, that was a close one.
Later, he admits there had been nights when he left them unlocked, and this time, that habit may have protected him. The video never reveals who the man was or what he intended. It may have been attempted theft. It may have been something different. What makes the scene disturbing is not what happened, but how close it came to happening. If those doors had not been locked that night, would it have remained another trucking story or become something much worse? On February 15, 2016, the channel Snowmobile's Snow Track uploaded a terrifying wildlife encounter. The video shows a man riding his snowmobile deep in remote Alaskan wilderness. Suddenly, a large moose stepped onto the trail ahead. The rider chose to stop the machine, hoping to give the animal space to move away safely. But stopping on that snowy route soon turned into a dangerous life or death moment.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, hey, hey. Get.
With no warning, the enormous animal turned and charged straight at him. At first, the rider tried to scare it back, but that only seemed to make the moose more aggressive. With almost no time left, he pulled his firearm and fired until the animal went down on the snow. Wild animals can behave in ways no one can predict, and being far from help makes any outdoor emergency far more serious. If you were completely alone, what would you do if a massive animal stood in your only way forward? The next intense clip comes from Folks Hare, Hold, a South African survival channel centered on solo camping in active wildlife areas near Kruger National Park. The footage emphasizes real-time awareness tracking signs and reading animal behavior in risky environments. On April 22, 2026, in the KwaZulu-Leseri region of South Africa,
yeah, there was a hippo bull that walked here last night, probably. Walked down this way. Scatterlings of the dung. Yeah, I'm just walking quietly down here, just still looking for a place to spend the night. Check that out. Also, something died out here. Seems there was a little bit of a disturbance here, but this is old.
the area feels active from the start. Fresh hippo droppings, buffalo tracks, and signs of a recent kill appear in the same place, showing these animals are moving through one shared zone that night.
See, that's the thing. I do think they come in here at night. That's a big hyena track here. When I camp near here, I often hear them use this as a highway to go to wherever they want at night.
He measures how near his camp sits to the water, understanding that wildlife often gathers there. That leaves him with a difficult decision: remain in the middle of this active animal corridor or attempt to relocate camp as daylight fades.
Okay, something interesting, guys. I just spotted it now. I didn't see it on the way in. But this over here is a wild dog track, an African wild dog. That's a very rare dog species in Africa, and you can see the nails there as they were running. There are a few here actually. Maybe they're still in the area, but they cover a lot of distance sometimes. Ah, that would have been awesome. But still awesome to see. Very nice.
Once darkness arrives, the danger becomes clearer. He hears hyenas calling close by and understands that a leopard is also moving nearby. Without seeing them, he relies on experience and their sounds to judge where they are changing an unseen risk into something immediate and real.
Again, woke me up. But yeah, pretty cool night, eh? Still a cool night. It's probably about the baboon squatting. Yeah, lots of night sounds tonight. Definitely spotted something. Yeah, my fire is dead. And yeah, it's pretty dark tonight. Very dark.
The night soon turns noisy and untamed. Lions roar from separate directions, baboons answer with screams, and the brush keeps moving around him. Rather than one clear sound, he hears a chaotic blend of animal activity. Since so much is happening at once, he cannot follow one specific animal. He only knows he is surrounded with nowhere fully safe to move without creating even more risk alone. Because of that, his mindset shifts.
But I couldn't wake up. And it was a dream. There was nothing coming. Afterwards I woke up and it was dead quiet. It would have been a bummer because the trail camera, the battery's dead. It's not taking any video, but nothing came by. I think I would have woke up unless a leopard snuck by. It's so nice up there. It's freedom to the next level. You're up in the trees. It is just a different experience. I slept well. I got cold
Sleep becomes almost impossible. He remains alert, and the constant noise becomes overwhelming instead of merely frightening, especially when every rustle could signal movement nearby. The entire experience is shaped by the large number of wild animals nearby. The threat increases piece by piece, from noticing tracks to hearing animals moving all around the camp. Although nothing attacks the tent directly, the frightening part is how close they come. By morning, fresh prints beside his shelter confirm the animals kept passing through. He had been camped directly in the middle of their route. When you place a camp on an animal path, you quickly understand how uncontrolled nature can be. Could you stay composed while dangerous animals call in the darkness, or would you pack everything and leave immediately?
Hackles are up and her ears laying back. Well, we would like to get through. It's supper time. I don't know if I want my window down when she's doing that. We just want to get by, lady.
He's not letting us by. Come on, miss. We don't want anything to do with you. God. Get out of here. We're gone.
The huge cow moose plants herself across the trail, acting aggressively with her ears pressed tight against her head. Each time the men in the vehicle try to ease forward slowly, she reacts with instant hostility. Determined to keep the truck from passing, she attacks it twice. First, she slams her head into the heavy front grille, then drives her broad shoulder hard into the side of the vehicle. Even with the impacts, the hunters inside stay calm. They seem to understand that her behavior is not simple rage. It is the desperate protective reaction of a wild mother defending calves hidden somewhere nearby. When an animal is guarding its young, a metal door can become the only thing separating people from disaster, and there is little room for any mistake at all. What would you do if a massive wild animal suddenly began smashing into your vehicle? On June 26, 2025, a video posted on Uncle Reggie starts with the host putting up a tent after a hard, unplanned hike that left him carrying too much and worn out. He removes his boots ready to rest and talks openly to the camera, explaining that this is his first solo camping trip far from home. He tries to sound steady, but uneasiness slips into his voice. Being miles inside the woods entirely alone brings a different kind of quiet one that seems to close in from every direction. Reggie says online camping videos cannot truly prepare anyone for the real sounds of the wilderness, especially strange noises that become harder to identify after sunset. As darkness settles, he keeps his firearm under his legs and close enough to reach, using it as a small reassurance against the empty space beyond the tent.
Did you hear that? Never heard that before. But one thing I do know is animals don't like fire. So that is why I made sure I had a fire. It's definitely getting closer. All I know, if something happens, it's gonna happen on camera. That's for sure. And it's so dark in the woods that when you look up in the sky, it looks like this actually could be earlier than what it is. But it's actually 10 o'clock. Whatever it is, it's getting closer. But we shall see.
Then, something breaks the silence. A faint sound, but clear enough to notice. He goes still. He asks the camera whether the sound was audible, saying he has never heard anything like it. The noise comes again, nearer than before, with a rhythm that feels intentional. He reminds himself that animals usually avoid fire, which is why he keeps the flames burning. The pressure builds. The forest that felt calm earlier now seems alert, almost as if it is watching him. Reggie's breathing speeds up and his voice shakes as he says that if anything happens, it will be recorded. The sound creeps closer, and each quiet gap between noises feels heavier. Eventually, he chooses to get back inside the tent, admitting that fear has taken over and that whatever is outside seems to be approaching. By morning, sunlight passes through the trees.
A little info about the camping. Of course, I overdone it with some things. I'm starting to observe that what's changing is I'm getting rid of this sleeping bag, and yeah, I'm gonna do it a little different. But I really did enjoy it. Whenever I finally calmed down, I had to call somebody to make me feel better. Hearing these noises, they do play a trick on your mind. So be prepared for that. Make sure you're not somewhere too far where you don't got absolutely no signal, and especially for you first time. But yeah, I did plan on showing y'all everything I had. I don't think that's gonna actually happen, because really this is the bulk of my items. About to finish cleaning up, get myself together, find a way to pack a little better this time, so the walk up out of here won't be so excruciating. But enough talking.
Reggie appears exhausted, though relieved. He says he barely slept. To manage the fear, he stayed on the phone with someone through the night, partly to feel less isolated, and partly in case anything happened. The rest of the video becomes more reflective. He laughs uneasily and admits that he packed too much, but also that he was not ready for the mental pressure of camping alone. Isolation, he explains, can twist the mind in ways no survival gear can fully prevent. The sounds Reggie heard were probably nearby wildlife, possibly deer or smaller animals moving through dry brush. Even so, the emotional strain of being alone in darkness can change perception, making every noise feel dangerous. Still, the steady rhythm he described leaves some uncertainty. Was the forest only pushing against his nerves, or had something else been drawn toward the lone glow of firelight? In places like this, the worst fear is not always what appears before you. It is what remains unseen. The clip posted on the Haggett Project opens with Jake preparing for a wild overnight camp near Mount Rainier in Washington State, USA. His plan is straightforward: try out a new sleep setup under real outdoor conditions. But the area around Mount Rainier quickly shows how harsh it can be. Heavy wind moves up from the valley and dense fog drifts in, covering the scene in gray.
It's rather windy here because we're out in the open, and most of the wind is coming up from the valley. You get a few gusts here and there, but I think we're gonna be all right. If not, I've got a backup plan I'll show you here in a second. Backup plan if it gets too windy, this little side road here. It's nice and flat, and the wind doesn't quite reach there because there's a little shelf of these trees.
After a long drive and 2 hours spent putting together the complex system, fatigue starts catching up with him. He gives a tired laugh, admitting the equipment took much longer to set up than expected. The air feels crisp and clean, carrying the scent of Douglas fir. Dew has dampened his clothing, and at that elevation, every surface seems to trap moisture. When night arrives, he finally slips into his sleeping bag and skips dinner completely. Before turning out the light, he positions a small time-lapse camera to record the stars. The campsite gives off a faint glow against the mountain setting, calm on the surface but deeply isolated.
It's a little strange. It's not perfect. It's massive though. Look at the size comparison to the vehicle there. It's Mount Butte up there, surrounded in clouds. It's officially dark, so I'm gonna continue to get some lights set up. So pretty hungry. I ended up taking like 2 hours to get this, whatever you call it, set up, which, you know, being the first time, that's to be expected, I guess. There's just this really nice smell in the air around here. I guess it's the Douglas firs. Oh my goodness. This chair is soaked. Everything when you're high up gets soaked with all the dew. So as you saw from earlier, this is the whole dome thing. But inside, since this doesn't have a floor or keep the bugs out, I've set up what they call a tandem tent. Strung the top of it to the tarp poles that hold this thing up, and then staked out the bottom. I got my sleeping pad in there and the sleeping bag, and pretty much ready to rock. And there's my little night light. There's the full effect. Not gonna lie, I am exhausted. Spot I was tempting to go to. I had never been there before and couldn't even drive to the end of it. Basically, a lot of driving, so I'm contemplating whether I should start cooking dinner or just bag it. So I'm leaning towards that. The stars are out. I'll use this camera and I'll set it up to do some time lapse. Probably go to bed, wake up early, and do some cooking tomorrow.
Several hours later, Jake wakes to owls calling in the distance. Then he notices another issue.
There's a couple owls that have been around this area. Pretty cool to listen to. And I'm glad I woke up when I did because my phone died again. And so I'm using this as a backup. And I'm able to charge my phone camera battery.
His phone battery has died again, and the camera battery is nearly gone. In the low light, he hurries to connect a backup charger, frustrated by how fast the cold has drained everything. Then, the bigger problem appears: condensation. Since the inner tent is only a mesh bug screen, water droplets from the tarp above have started passing through and landing on his sleeping bag. The protective dome system he wanted to test has already failed. All-night moisture continues falling from overhead. His voice sounds drained and defeated as he explains what is happening. The wind keeps blowing, everything is wet, and sleep is nearly impossible. By morning, the air grows colder, and gusts make cooking impossible. He chooses to end the test pack early and head back down exhausted, but glad to leave. The failure likely came from the sharp temperature change and heavy humidity around Mount Rainier, which allowed condensation to collect inside the shelter. The experimental design, with no proper floor or insulation, could not manage the moisture. More than that, fatigue and exposure made every small problem worse, turning a gear test into a survival challenge. The mountain never threatened him with animals or violent weather, only with quiet indifference. How many campers confuse testing equipment with testing themselves? Out here, comfort and control can disappear overnight, and nature decides when the experiment is over.